Hey there, welcome. Have you ever wondered what actually happens when you power on a Linux machine and that beautiful desktop appears on your screen? Like, who painted that picture? Who's managing your Windows? Who will let you log in? Today, we're going to crack open the Linux desktop and look inside. And I promise, once you see it, you'll never look at your screen the same way again. Let's go. So here's the first thing to understand. Unlike Windows or Mac OS, Linux doesn't treat the desktop as one big monolithic block. Instead, it's built from separate modular pieces, each doing one job really well. Think of it like a restaurant. You've got the host at the front, the kitchen cooking your food, the waiters bringing it out, and the manager keeping everything running smoothly. Each role is distinct. Each can be swapped out. That's the Linux philosophy. Let's start right at the beginning. The very first thing you see when Linux boots up, that's the display manager. Think of it as the bouncer at the entrance of a club. It shows you a login screen, asks for your username and password, and once you're verified, it opens the door and lets you into your desktop session. Popular display managers include GDM, which comes with GNOME, LightDM, which is super lightweight and fast, and SDDM, which is used by KDE Plasma. Now, here's something cool. The display manager isn't just cosmetic. It's running a program in the background that manages user authentication. It talks to the system's login service, verifies your credentials, and then hands control over to your chosen desktop environment. You can even have multiple desktop environments installed and pick which one you want at login. It's like choosing which restaurant to eat at every single morning. Once you're logged in, you're now inside the desktop environment, and this is where things get really interesting. The desktop environment, or DE, is the full visual experience you interact with. It gives you the taskbar, the app launcher, the file manager, the system settings, the notification area, everything. Think of it as the interior design of your home. GNOME gives you a clean, modern, minimal design. KDE Plasma is highly customizable, like a luxury home where you can move every wall. XFCE is lightweight and fast, like a cozy studio apartment that loads instantly. Here's a fun way to think about it. If Linux were a city, the desktop environment is the neighborhood you live in. GNOME is the trendy downtown loft, sleek and focused. KDE is the suburb where you can customize everything, from the shape of your mailbox to the color of your driveway. XFCE is the efficient little flat. No frills, but everything works fast and smoothly. Different neighborhoods, same city. That's the beauty of Linux. Now, inside the desktop environment, there's a dedicated component called the Window Manager. And this is the unsung hero of your desktop. The Window Manager is a program that decides where windows appear on your screen, how big they are, how you can drag, resize, minimize, and maximize them. Every time you grab the edge of a window and drag it, that's the Window Manager doing its job. Window managers come in a few flavors. Stacking window managers let windows overlap, like papers on a desk. Tiling window managers automatically organize windows side by side. No overlapping, maximum screen real estate. And compositing window managers, well, those add an extra layer of magic. Some desktop environments bundle their own window manager. GNOME uses Mutter, KDE uses KWin, and XFWFWEM uses XFWM4. You can even run a standalone window manager without any full desktop environment at all, just a bare-bones, ultra-fast setup. But wait, what gives your desktop those slick animations? The smooth fade-in when a window opens, the transparent notification panels, the wobble effect when you drag a window. That's the Compositor. Think of the Compositor as the special effects department of your desktop. It takes all the individual windows, renders them as separate layers, and then composites, basically stacks and blends, them together into the final image you see on screen. Without a Compositor, your desktop would look functional but flat, like an old photo. With a Compositor, it comes alive with animations, transparency, shadows, and transitions. On Linux, the Compositor is often built into the Window Manager. Mutter handles compositing for GNOME. KWin handles it for KDE. For X11 systems that don't have a built-in compositor, you can add one like PyCom to get those nice effects. Wayland, as we'll see soon, handles compositing very differently. So far, we have the display manager, the desktop environment, the window manager, and the compositor. But here's the question underneath all of this. How does any application actually draw pixels on your screen? How does a Firefox window or a terminal emulator communicate with your monitor? That's the job of the display server. The display server is the core piece of software that manages the screen. It sits between your applications and your graphics hardware. Applications send requests to the display server, draw a window here, here's a button, render it, and the display server talks to the GPU and the monitor to make it happen. It's like a traffic controller between the apps and the physical screen. Without it, nothing appears on your monitor. Now, for decades, the reigning display server on Linux was X11, also called the X Window system. X11 was created way back in 1984. Yes, 1984, at MIT. And it's been the backbone of Linux and Unix desktops ever since. When you see the term X11 or Xorg, this is what people mean. It's old, battle-tested, and incredibly compatible. Almost every Linux application in existence was built to work with X11. Here's how X11 works. Applications talk to an X server, which is the actual program running your display. The X server handles input, like keyboard and mouse, and output, like drawing windows to the screen. One of X11's unique features is network transparency, meaning an application running on a remote computer can display its window on your local screen, over the network. That was groundbreaking in 1984, and it's still used in certain server environments today. But X11 is showing its age. It was designed in an era of single-monitor workstations, without modern concerns like high DPI displays, multiple monitors, or GPU acceleration. Its architecture has security gaps. Any application can read what's on your screen or intercept your keystrokes because X11 was designed in a more trusting era. The code is complex, decades old, and hard to maintain. The Linux community needed something better. Enter Wayland. Wayland is the modern replacement for X11. Instead of a separate server that applications talk to, Wayland introduces the concept of a compositor that is the display server. In Wayland, the Wayland compositor handles everything: window management, compositing, display output, and input all in one place. This makes it simpler, faster, and much more secure. Each app only sees its own window, no snooping between applications. So how does Wayland compare to X11? Imagine X11 as an old telephone switchboard. Every call has to go through a central operator who manually connects you. Wayland is like modern 4G, direct peer-to-peer communication, no middleman. It's faster, cleaner, and built for how modern hardware actually works. GNOME has been defaulting to Wayland since version 3.22. KDE Plasma supports Wayland too. Most modern Linux distros are now transitioning to Wayland as their default. Now, you might wonder, can you still run X11 apps on a Wayland system? Absolutely. There's a compatibility layer called X-Wayland that lets X11 applications run inside a Wayland session. So you get the best of both worlds, the modern security and performance of Wayland with backward compatibility for all those older X11 apps. It's a very thoughtful transition. So let's bring it all together. When you boot a Linux machine, here's the full journey. The display manager starts, shows you the login screen, authenticates you, and launches your chosen desktop environment. The desktop environment loads its window manager and compositor. The window manager arranges your windows. The compositor adds effects and layers them beautifully. Under all of this, the display server, either X11 or Wayland, is the foundation, making sure every pixel of every window ends up on your screen correctly. And that's the Linux desktop. Not one big block of software, but a beautiful modular system where each piece has a clear job. Display Manager lets you in. Desktop environment is your home. Window Manager arranges the furniture. Compositor adds the aesthetic magic. Display Server paints the final picture, and the choice between X11 and Wayland is the choice between the reliable classic and the modern future. Now you don't just use the Linux desktop, you understand it. See you in the next one.